After a long hiatus, there's some changes that have come to the channel. From my Facebook family, I already know. Switch the name to Motor City Sports Talk. We're going to get into some Detroit Pistons, some Tiger talk, and some rest of the Detroit sports talk was going around to expand the content and maybe some community, talk as well around the Metro Detroit area. But we back. It's Motor City Sports Talk now. But y'all know it is Motor City Lions Talk. We switching it over a little bit. But it's still going to be the home of the Lions, man. And just expanding the role while the off season is out to keep content coming. And today's topic is based on Saquon Barkley. Should the Lions move up for a king ransom with the number 4 pick to the Cleveland Browns for Saquon Barkley? We talked about Le'Veon Bell about a few weeks back. How a lot of people didn't want to, really go for a running back as far as with the wear and tear Le'Veon Bell has on him. But anytime you have a chance to get the best at their position, I'm definitely a promoter of that. But what had me thinking is one scout said that they believe Saquon Barkley was better than Ty Gurley and Ezekiel Elliott. And if that's the case, I believe that I would take that risk. If that's the case, that's one guy's scouting report on Saquon Barkley. And I didn't realize how big this guy was. He's not a small back. I'm thinking this guy's about 200 pounds. I think he's like 220 or 230. He's very thick. And he seems to be very durable. And not only that, with the size, he has the speed and athletic ability. I don't care what the 40 times say, to do a lot of different things. And I'm definitely a fan of the former Nifty Lion that could become a potential Detroit Lion. Now, the Lion pick somewhere in the 20s or something like that and moving up about 16 spots to number 4 would be a steep ransom. And, would the Lions be, willing to do it? And the Lions haven't took the risk on anything in the draft for many, many years. But I think if you have a dude that has this type of talent in Saquon Barkley, I think, and if it holds true that this guy is the best player in the draft and this guy is what you're looking for in Detroit, is the Barry Sanders S type of element in the backfield that you've been missing for years. I mean, I think you got to pull the trigger on it depending on what's the king ransom. And it's not like Martin Mayhew was here where, he might hit on a high first round draft pick and miss on the rest of the draft and not pretty much find hidden gems. Bob Quinn has been able to make it work for him from round 2 to 7. He's found good players in those rounds and good drafted, undrafted free agents as well. So that kind of pulls you back a little bit on that. And also, a lot of people like the kid out of San Diego State, as a sleeper. But if he tears the combine up, he could potentially move into the first round. And Saquon Barkley in the mock draft that I was looking at was the only running back going in the first round. And I felt like the Lions missed out on Leonard Fournette last year. He had some injury issues, but he definitely was huge in the developmental, process of Blake Bortles, and definitely gave the Jacksonville Jaguars a nice little jolt this year. And if you ask me, it depends on what the Lions do in free agency. I definitely wouldn't bring back any of the running backs. I said that before, even theoretic. I mean, you just got to move on. Only one I would bring back is Keon Green. And I would bring in a veteran and a rookie. And possibly, I feel that 4th running back spot, if they want to carry 4 with somebody else, whatever, undrafted free agent, whatever it may be. But, I'm looking forward to breaking down more tape on Saquon Barkley. But what I've seen in game is this dude is truly special. And if I'm the Lions, depending on how free agency lays for them, and it may be a big defensive free agency for the Lions, because they may be switching to a 3-4. But a lot of people say, well, Patricia coming in, he's switching to a 3-4. I don't know. Because when Jim Caldwell bought, when he bought the defensive coordinator in, who's Terrell Austin in, he was a 3-4 guy, but he was able to switch to 4-3. And New England has been a hybrid 3-4-4-3. And if that's the case, the Lions are going to need their draft picks if they're switching to a 3-4. Because they got to get, the hogs up front, the big fellas to eat up the double teams and the triple teams, and they got to find another middle linebacker. They got to find an edge rusher that can drop and that can cover, and they really got to rebuild that front 7, which ain't really a bad thing because the Lions got to rebuild the front 7 anyway, even if they stay with the 4-3. So a lot of those draft picks and those mid draft picks that's very that's very valuable is going to go to the defense in that front seven. The Lions' offense is not missing much. Maybe, moving Glasgow over the center, not signing Swanson back and getting the left guard and a running back. That's pretty much it. And maybe a tight end or two, or a running back or two. The needs on the offensive side isn't that much. The Lions just got to learn how to run the ball to make it easier on Matthew Stafford. But if you got a guy that, your scouts believe that is the best talent and he's the position of most need for the Lions to really take that next step in running back, you definitely have to take a look at drafting this guy and moving up and get this guy with Cleveland Browns will want. Even if it's a player that you like and you might have to part ways with. I mean, if this guy's really, is really that guy, and he's that guy at that position that you've been looking to fill for so long, you go get him. Because not only does he make your $135 million quarterback look better, he's able to see holes and hit holes and make something out of nothing where your other running backs couldn't. He's able to return kicks. If he fell in a running back or you get a veteran free agent that can carry the load, he can return kicks, He can line up at receiver. He can receive out the backfield. He can return punts. He's very valuable. And when you got a guy like that, I mean, you definitely have to take a look at it. I'm not saying that I would do it, but I'm saying I would definitely take a look at it and call Cleveland to see what it is if he falls to number 4, because they have the number 1 and number 4 pick according to the mock draft I seen. You make that call and you see what it take to get Saquon Barkley if you believe he's that good. If he tears up the combine and what you see on tape matches the speed on combine, you got to take a look at it. I'm not saying I would do it, but let me know what y'all think. We're going to come back with a Blake Griffin